Time goes by so fast when you're sitting here waiting for people to come in. I can't believe I've been sitting out here for 3 minutes already. 3 minutes and 20 some seconds. Well, it's a few people in, so good evening. I certainly hope and pray that all is well with everyone. I certainly hope that you had a wonderful day. I did. And my daughter, we just went for a drive today. I live on the east side of Cleveland, not East Cleveland, but the east side of Cleveland. And they have this thing in Cleveland, like if you're an East Sider, you don't typically go to the West Side too much. If you're a West Sider, you don't typically go to the East Side too much. So I wanted to take a drive to the West Side, so we did. I want to show her some things because she's not really over there much. And it's just, the West Side of Cleveland is so different than the East Side. I swear, I'm like, this cannot be the same city. I'm like, they couldn't have meant for this to be the same city when they built this city. It's so freaking different. And I was like, I told my daughter, I said, I need to go to the Western Reserve Historical Society. I'm sure there's probably some historians there who could tell you everything about the history of the building of this city and why they're so different. Like the east side of Cleveland, again, not East Cleveland. East Cleveland is a suburb of the east side of Cleveland. But I'm only saying that because I've watched some videos on Cleveland and on East Cleveland, and people get it mixed up. And they're Clevelanders like correcting people like, no, that's East Cleveland. That's not the east side of Cleveland. But anyway, it's so different. Like the east side is just kind of this is like a fucking beautiful city. Oh my god, it is some of the most beautiful. There used to be this tour here called Lolly the Trolley. It was 37 years. It was in business for 37 years. I took 3 of the tours one time when my daughter was young, and I took her on 2 separate tours. They had like about 4 or 5 different tours. I took her on 2. She was real young, and I wanted to go myself. And then I was doing a program at Cleveland State that I did not complete. It was MBA. It was what is that MBA called? Masters of Business Administration. But it was something Masters of Business Administration. I can't remember. But anyway, so for our orientation, that was one of the things we did for orientation. Took one of the tours. It was one that I had taken already. But anyway, it is just so different. And that's what they were saying on one of the tours, that Mark Twain way back then said that Cleveland was the most beautiful city he had ever seen. Okay. And the Millionaires Row here, I didn't know. I found out there were other Millionaires Rows in other cities, but in Cleveland, it was the first Millionaires Row was here in Cleveland, Ohio. I mean, going down there now, you wouldn't know it. Okay. It's kind of bad. But if you look off, you can see some of the mansions that are there. The infrastructure here is just fucking gorgeous. I was saying one time before, I think when I did my live video on Cleveland that they cut short, how beautiful it really is a beautiful city. I was watching a video on Cleveland a couple weeks back, and they were saying that, I can't remember exactly what time period, maybe the earlier, I don't know, maybe like the 50s or 30s, 40s, something like that. Whereas your major cities had one industry, Cleveland had all of those industries, and that it was at one point the 3rd largest city, in the country, and that it was like one of the first metropolises of the United States, and it, like now, but I did a video where I was talking about how the population has decreased, been on the decline since the 50s, I think. But nevertheless, so like the east side of Cleveland, especially some of the houses. It's just really a really old city, old money. Ain't no need them talking about Cleveland is a poor city. Yeah, right. Okay, there's really old money in this motherfucker. Okay, But um, and again, some of the old infrastructure that like when I was in New York, I just that shit is just so fucking good. I mean, the new shit, is pretty, but that old infrastructure, like made of like such strong materials, those raw materials that can last and last just for hundreds of years. Like the house that I was in, and this house that I'm in right now, it's not. I live in a suburb of Cleveland, but it's an old house too. Not those new houses they make. What my grandmother used to say, with them houses with them plywood. That's what she. That's what she was saying. But those old houses with that real wood. And the house that I used to live in, my grandparents' house, people would come in the house. People who worked on homes. If something was falling apart or whatever, and they would just be so in awe, like it's so beautiful in here. And I was be like, it is. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in the house, so I didn't look at it as like they saw. But one thing that they liked was the woodwork wasn't painted over, and I didn't pay attention to that until it was pointed out. And then I started when I would go in other homes. I looked around. I said, "Oh, I see. Like here, where I'm at now, the woodwork is painted over." But that's one thing that gave it its charm. That wood and the door, the inside door was the original door that was there when the house was built, and the house is over 100 years old now. I moved out of there probably when it was about like 98 years old. Okay, but what's so interesting? I remember I bought a bed and I had a queen size, but yeah, I had a queen size. They couldn't get the what was that? The box spring around the corner to go up the steps. And I was just like, well, why? And they were like, well, the houses back then they were built. They didn't have queen size beds. Okay, so I had to get two full size. Was it two full size box springs to go up? To make it around there from my bed. And I just love history, and I just love the old stuff. It's just so beautiful. It's so enduring, and they used to make stuff with such precision and just such ingenuity. And so I was talking to someone about this the other day, and we were talking about Cleveland and how she was a West Sider, and I was just like, West Side is so different. I love it over there. Well, when you go further out, like far, far west, I ain't crazy about it. But, and we were talking about the differences, and I was like, you know what? I said, and she was like, everybody knows, yeah, Cleveland was one of the first metropolises in the United States. Well, I didn't say everybody knows, but people that I've talked to about it. And I'm like, you know what? I was talking about when I was in New York and how I love New York and how I love the brownstones, okay? And I said, but we got brownstones here. I said, there's a section on Prospect where we got some brownstones. I said, I'm not sure anybody's living in there now, but I knew this guy who was from New York who lived in one of those brownstones on Prospect. And she said, yeah. And I said, and we got brownstones like New York. I said, we got row houses like DC. I love those row houses. First time when I went to DC to go to college and I saw those, I was like, what kind of houses? I was a kid. I hadn't seen no shit like that before. What kind of houses are these? I love them. They're so freaking beautiful on the inside. And I said, we got row houses. She said, we got everything. We got all kind of infrastructure here in the city. And I said, but why? Why is it? She said, because everybody came here, from what my grandmother would call the old country. From other parts of the world, okay, and built their infrastructures. And I can't say we have every single thing. One of the schools here that I used to sub at is built like a school. I believe they're going to tear it down. It has built like something you would see in California. Come to find out, they said that I think the guy who was the superintendent, he liked that and wanted the school built that way, and it was. But the problem is, like when you see those schools, I've only seen them in movies where there are these long hallways. It's no windows. Well, it's whatever part of California it is. Like I don't know, Southern California or LA or something like that. Well, it's Cleveland. You can't have no fucking open hallways. So they have windows. Problem is they talk about how it has a greenhouse effect because it gets really freaking hot in the building. Okay, I mean extremely hot in there. And then when they built it, I don't think they had it at the time, but even if they did, but I don't think they did. There's no central air. So you'd be in the building hot as fuck. You know what I'm saying? But I think they're going to tear that building down. But anyway, we were traveling around there on the west side, and I was like, it's so different. And I said, it feels like the east side feels kind of bland, you know, pretty. Not all of it's pretty, but like some of the suburbs and even some parts of the inner city, you know. I mean, inner city's the inner city, okay? At least all the inner cities I've been to. Then we were on the west side, and we were in this. I said, this feels more like, it reminds me of certain parts, like when I lived in Atlanta, when I lived in certain parts of DC. Um, even this part right here reminds me of, I said, Brooklyn. I said, it feels like Brooklyn. And she looked at me. She only went to Brooklyn with me once. She said, I said, remember the hill where we took the bus when we left the school? She said, yeah. She said, it does feel like that. Well, guess what the name of the area was? Old Brooklyn. I said, check this out. The name is Old Brooklyn. I wonder, I said, I am most definitely sure that there is hold on. Some kind of bridge or connection here historically between this city and New York City. Okay, maybe all the major cities here up north. I don't know, but definitely that. Besides, like, you know, the obvious. Okay, but anyway, so I was like, I need to I want to find that out. Like, there's an area. I think that's Ohio City, maybe Ohio City, Tremont border. I'm not 100% familiar with the east side. I mean, with the west side. So there's a part that feels like you drive through. I remember the first time when I was older, I said, feels so much like DC. You know, I really like this area. And then today, going through that old Brooklyn area, which borders, I believe, Ohio City as well. And they said Old Brooklyn. I said, this feels just like Brooklyn, like the part of Brooklyn that I was in. I said, all they need is to have vendors out there and fruit stands and all kind of shit that you see in New York. You'd feel like just like you're there, but you don't get that feeling on the east side at all. It's more like on the west side, more eclectic, more. I feel like with Cleveland, at least on the east side, I can't say the west side because I don't feel that on the west side. East side is like, you wouldn't, I'm like, it's probably people from all over the map here in Cleveland, Ohio. But it's like, it seems like people are in their pockets, like whereas like when I've lived in other cities, again, like Atlanta, like Atlanta, kinda, at least when I lived there, which was a long time ago, DC, and you know, when I didn't live in Chicago, but I visited Chicago, New York and whatnot, where you have so many people from all over the place, and they bring their culture and their music and who they are and their food and so on. So it just seems like it's all intermixed, which brings an aliveness, you know, to the area. I definitely don't feel that on the east side of Cleveland. It ain't like that. But the west side, for fucking sure. And I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. All right, but anyway, let's get this going. So I said, well, I'm probably going to take the trip to the rest. I'm sure they have the answers there as far as the history, when it was built, you know, why the west side was built the way it was, and why the east side is built the way it was. I mean, was it meant to be one big city, landmass, a city, or was it meant to be separate? Because it's the feeling is so different. It feels different, okay? But anyway. So, I guess that's all I want to say about that. So, I got these gnats. I just killed one. That's why I was like, hold on. They was all in my fucking... I've done put the ACV out. I done did the bleach spray concoction. I was talking to an exterminator one day, and he was saying it's been a really big problem. So, you know, probably some of the flying monkeys in the form of gnats, but he was saying it was a big problem in terms of just the peskies, you know, pests because of the summer, because it was so hot, you know. But anyway, I don't know. Shit, whatever. So I was been talking, sharing some things with you all about myself, and these people here, who BreaunaJewellBellamy got involved with to try to destroy me, take money from me, steal from me, which they'd have done, stolen money from me. I saw my aunt in the grocery store the other day. I don't think she saw me, but that's all right. I had a vision. I felt this energy over a year ago, but I didn't, and it was confirmed. There go another one. It was confirmed, but, well, I guess I should just say spiritually so. But I didn't speak on it because I wasn't like I didn't believe it. I knew the shit was true. You understand what I'm saying? But I just didn't speak on it. You know what I'm saying? I can't remember why. I think it was something I said, well, I'll just sit back and wait on that. Oh, let me say this real quick. Now, I got these people, like I said, they come to me on the psychic app I'm on because they done hunted me down, all, that Bree would come and, bitch, please, she's such a liar. And she would come with her silly ass, and I'd be like, this ain't nobody but Bree. BreaunaJewellBellamy. I don't know, she came quite a few times, sent people. I believe I've had some readers on here come, which is okay, they don't really bother me, too much. What's the reading, bitch? Do we love me or don't he, bitch? Okay, another silly ass reader, and I was in her drunken ass shop, sent some weird bum girl. I don't know if she paid her or what, but she looked like a fucking addict, and she didn't come back no more. But these motherfuckers here, they come. And they make themselves very obvious and apparent. They don't think that they do. I mean, I swear, it's like, sometimes I'm like, it's not a matter of a person being psychic or having spiritual gifts. It's just like, it's just obvious. Like, it's just obvious that it's you. You're letting me know, and you don't think that you are, but you're letting me know that it's you. It's something you say, it's just to be the silliest shit. Like I said before, either they'll use my name or my birth date for their birth date. And it's just the things that they say. Like I said, this one girl came. Like, I know the one, I believe that was Pissies. Monsters, Pissies, Balls. Use my name. And I'm like, okay, I know this is him. I could just tell by the energy. Whatever. Never responded. Because wanting me to tell him something legal. And I can't on the app. I can't. But see, motherfucker, I don't trust your motherfucking ass no way, because you so busy trying to set me up any way you can. So the bitch don't have no money. You know what I'm saying? So this other person who when the first time she came, used my name but spelt it a tad bit different, and I was reading her concern, and I said, this ain't nobody but such and such. I knew it was her. About, and this woman, her job, and pestering her, and all this shit. And I gave her the read and whatever. I was like, this is such and such. I know this is her. So she says, you can ask questions, clarifying questions, and then she says something to the effect of, it ain't right for people to just pick with people. No, bitch, it's not. Okay, so why did you join a group to do that to me? I know. I was listening to somebody, they were saying that people would, even if they know it's wrong, even if they know the things that they're saying about you, all the lies, that they're not true, even if they know that people, the flying monkeys, they will still join. They will still participate because the leader, who's usually some kind of narcissist nut, it's more important to them. I almost got that one. Another one. It's more important to them to be accepted by that person, to get their, what did he call them? Their peanuts. Like, remember the monkeys? the little entertaining monkeys that they had a little cap on when the man was selling hot peanuts. You know, that's some old shit, but you seen it in cartoons and stuff. You know, they rather get their peanuts and their accolades from the narcissist leader than live in the truth. You know, it's just it's a childish thing. Confirmation that in my face. It's a childish thing. It's an immature thing. You know, even adults have this need. I think everyone, for the most part, regardless of age, has a innate need to be a part of a group, of a community. And what I mean by that is, I'm not, and I went over this with the religious study series. I don't mean the coven and the evil group and blah. Even if it's family, you know, my last name is, which doesn't just speak to your particular last name, but your family, your tribe. You know, even people who talk about people who they go through their dark night of soul and the spiritual now and all this kind of stuff, they look for what? And they want to be a part of what? Their soul, what? Tribe, community, group. Okay? People with like minds. Even Jesus said, you know, those who think like me, who hear my voice and follow me, who I vibe with. Okay? People look for that. People have an innate need for that. Not every single human being does, but in general, people do. Okay, and I would say maybe even every single human being does, but in a way that may be different than, you know, in general. What I mean is, you know, even in conversation, I think we as human beings naturally seek out people who think like we do, who we can communicate with, who understands. You feel me? You know, who feel you, who hear you, okay, who get what you're saying. You understand what you know? You understand, and who understand where you're coming from. You understand what I'm saying? And it's nice when they do. You know, and it, you know, when they do, it's like, oh, you get me. You know what I'm saying? So you have found someone that, you know, you connect with. People look for connection, but that these people will prefer, even if they know the shit is bullshit, they know the motherfucker's lying, they know they're trying to destroy your motherfucking ass, they know that they want to take all your wherewithal away from you and destroy your reputation and all of that kind of shit. They just want to be a part. They just want to be accepted. They want to be praised by this person they deem as their leader. They see importance in this person, okay, and whatever the group, whoever else is a part of the group. But anyway, but there are some people, once again, who may they don't necessarily need that. They don't seek that. They very much can walk alone. But again, even those ascended masters had Siddhartha Gautama, who became known as, he had his 12. You understand what I'm saying? Jesus, Yeshua, whatever, had his 12. Muhammad had his small band of people. Okay, hell, you know, even the 12 zodiac signs. You understand what I'm saying? What does revolve around? Whether the sun or the moon, it has its, well, 13. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, so it's like you are a micro to the macro. Okay, that's what we are. But nevertheless, so this girl, she comes in, and I'm like, this is such a, I know this is her. So she comes back the other day. Let me tell you something, honey. It was so funny to me is you joined this shit to spread lies about me for whatever, for pissies, okay, and whosoever else who thought they was gonna make all kind of money off my demise, which I don't understand the connection. I mean, the only thing I can think of is what, goddamn, they done got with the fake mama and the family. They told him the bitch got money coming, or I don't know what. I really don't know. Okay. But you played your part. You got involved with the shit. Probably didn't want to. You're the one I pulled the card on one time and it came out Earth Angel. I was like, look, bitch. But bitch, I'm gonna tell you, it does what you get involved, you do these things, but you come to me for help. Now, how many others may have come that I didn't catch that it was one of you motherfuckers? Okay. Because I really like to think I'm working. I'd like to think that they would be adults and leave me the fuck alone, but no. Okay. But I'm going to tell you this, honey. If it's you, Karma Macchiato, and whatever you call it, whatever coffee drink you call yourself, may that bitch who's bothering you and doing to you what you joined to do to me, may she stay on your ass. Absolutely. How are you going to participate in demeaning someone who's done absolutely nothing to you nor any of the rest of you motherfuckers? Has done nothing to any of you. You go out and you recruit people I don't even fucking know. I don't even know the motherfucker. You recruit these people and you participate. I don't give a fuck if you wanted your peanuts from that nigga or whosoever or not. And then you find yourself in the same type of situation on your fucking job. Your goal, you all's goal, was to destroy all my businesses, get me fired from, don't have that bitch no more. And it's so funny. I don't know if this person, I don't know. People watch each other's channels and they do readings. Whatever. I can't say this person watched my channel. But after I made that video, I was talking about the principal that may have put me on do hire list, probably bribed by you motherfuckers. I just happen to be looking at some person's video that I don't normally watch, and oh, look at this shit. The bitch said the same thing. There's a principal involved who took a bribe. Now, again, I know how some people on YouTube, they be watching you, whatnot, you do their readings off you and your shit, okay? So I don't know if it was genuine or if, you know, I'm not going to say it wasn't. I don't know this person. I don't know her. You know what I'm saying? Somebody don't typically watch. Just kind of watched it one day. I said, look at this shit. You understand? But how do you determine you can say to yourself, I really don't know the woman. I don't know her. She ain't do nothing to me. She didn't come up in here and act a fool. She didn't do anything to anybody. But what y'all want, you want to do what? Destroy her. You want to make sure she don't have no money. You want to make sure she don't have a job. You want to get to the point where we're going to sacrifice her so we can get this bitch. This is going to be fun for us. We're going to stalk her all over the city. We're going to get crazy ass, nutty ass BreaunaJewellBellamy to join us. Okay? And lie about her and say all manner of evil about her that's not even fucking true. Stalk the shit out of her. Bother her. Text her till we can't text no more. Email the hell out. I mean, do all of this fucking nutty ass shit to someone who hasn't done anything to any of you. None of you. Not even BreaunaJewellBellamy. Your lying ass. But say hi, good morning, how are you? Share a silly ass laugh with us here and there. And go on about her fucking business. Now, Zarita with her lying ass, God knows where the fuck she at and what's going on with her, who probably spearheaded the whole thing under the guise of the fake mama and her nutty ass mama. But so we can get that money. So anyway, you do all of that. All of it. But then you come to me on my app, on the app that I'm working, because you hunted me down. You look me up on Google search or whatever tools you have, officers and whoever else hunted me down looking for dirt. There ain't none. All kind of crazy ass shit. And you find me on the app and you come to me for readings for help. Bitch, you're sick. You come to me for readings for help. The bitch won't, and you tell me the bitch won't leave me alone. So she fucked it up for you so you can't get a job. Or you couldn't get the promotion. Good. That's what you deserve. I don't understand you people. You don't think that what you... I mean, didn't y'all they teach y'all that in elementary school? Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. What you put out there is what you're going to get back. Especially you Christian girls. A lot of y'all are these Christian church-going girls. Or like hind leg. Was she Hebrew? Y'all talk all that shit on your face. Well, you used to. I don't know. I stopped, watching y'all eons ago. When I got rid of my personal Facebook, where BreaunaJewellBellamy went hunting on, getting all my pictures and screenshotting and putting them on her altar and praising and worshiping them. I mean, you talk all of that, and you don't believe. You don't believe that what you put out there, you're going to get in return. And the same shit is now happening to you, but on your job. And the bitch is giving you the fucking blues. Now you came through and you asked me 1,000 questions in the clarifying section, and I purposely didn't answer you. And I'm not going to. You can pay for another order. You didn't want me to give you a reading when I had my old channel. You wanted me to give you a reading. When you used to do that dream infiltration every now and then, I made a video about it on your motherfucking ass. I get said, well, all I gotta do is pay $12 now. And give this reading. But I really need the shit now. May Jocelyn, ain't that her name? Jocelyn? May she follow you the rest of your every lifetime that you have from now on doing the same shit. Bitch, all you gotta do is say, I'm sorry. You think you paying? I don't get that full $12. Hell, I think the app done got to the point where they give us less than 50%. I don't get that money. But even if I did, bitch, I wouldn't give a fuck. I don't care if I got $12, that $12 plus a fucking tip, bitch. Bonuses. I'm sorry. I apologize for participating in bullshit to hurt you. You've never done anything to me. Nor any of the rest of us. But don't speak for them weirdos. So now you get what you gave. And I hope that bitch, and may that bitch, that woman, the spirit of that woman follow you the rest of your fucking days and lifetimes to come until you clean it up correctly, properly and appropriately. But you too scared and worried about what Pissy's gonna say. Child, please. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. I had a vision. And again, this was something that was brought to my attention at least 2 years ago, maybe 3. But I didn't speak on it or whatever. But I had a vision the other night. So I've been talking about some of these church characters that I grew up knowing. So the lady who raised me was my pastor's at that church, not my grandmother's church. His personal secretary, not the church secretary, but his personal secretary. He was a bishop of the jurisdiction. I know some of y'all sit up there like, what's she gonna say about him? That time she said something about him. But I'm not going to say anything about him. I did have a dream about him, though. And I did have a spiritual encounter concerning him about, what's this, 2015? About 6 years ago. Yeah, about 6 years ago, which I have not shared. I shared that with only one person. But if push can come to shove can, or if I feel like I need to for any reason, I will share it here. But no, I haven't. And return the sender on your fucking ass. So anyway, Motherfuckers be bad. Y'all be mad. I guess I wasn't supposed to be mad. No, I was just supposed to lay it in my bed and cry till I reached the concrete of homelessness and despair. Y'all be throwing all type of shit at me when I be sitting here doing this shit. Hold on. Hold on. Y'all be throwing all type of shit at me. Y'all be sitting here doing this shit. Doing my lives. And speaking the, not just my truth, but the truth. You come on, you go off. You come on, you go off. You sub, you unsub. You sub, you unsub. Sitting there with your lips tight than a motherfucker. But I just was supposed to just let me just get in the bed and be depressed the rest of my damn life. It wasn't supposed to be my life. Oh, fuck out of here. Over another human being. And their groups and covens and collectives of bullshit. I was just supposed to stop living because of what another motherfucker thought or had to say about me. That ain't true. That I damn sure ain't gonna agree to. Like I said, I knew years ago as a teenager. Bitch, fuck what they say. You know who you are, what you do, what you don't do. Let them talk. And I'm the star of your motherfucking show. Even to this day. But any goddamn way. So, there was this young man there at the church who was always up under the bishop. He was adopted. I know somebody saying, oh Lord, here she goes. And because he was always up under the bishop, I don't know what their relationship, I don't know. I don't know personal relationships and shit. I don't know nothing about that shit, okay? Even though the lady who raised me was the personal secretary, and I was in the office a lot. Well, enough. Not a lot, but enough. But, you know, I didn't hear no evil, see no evil, think no evil, feel no evil. But I knew he had a relationship with the lady who raised me. I don't know what the relationship was for real. I just know that there was one there, but they always seemed to act like they was doing church work. I don't know what the fuck they were doing. Okay. It had come to my attention, like I said, about 2 or 3 years ago, that this woman who raised me, whatever monies was given for raising me, her bloodline, I guess her bloodline didn't leave her nothing. $11 holla. I got $11 in the bank. Didn't know I was going to see that, did you? BreaunaJewellBellamy. Any fucking way. It was brought to my attention that whatever monies was given for raising me, and that was supposed to be given to me by my birth family, birth mother's family. That's what I'm trying to say. That this money, probably most of it's gone. And I don't think it was a little bit. Okay, but y'all, some of y'all think that $5,000 or $50 is a lot of money. Don't put it in a video, Bree. But anyway, that it had been used. Probably some of it was used appropriately, but that probably a great majority of it wasn't. Into maybe some kind of business ventures, or it was put into something that it wasn't supposed to be. And that there was this man trying to help her clean the shit up or cover shit up. Some church person. Then every blue moon, I would hear something about a pastor. So initially I was thinking it was the new bishop. But I was like, even though he's mean, ran the church away, I don't see that. I'm not feeling that it was that it was him. Initially I said, But then someone I don't see that necessarily. I see him being more like hands off. You got to pray for them. No, you got to pray for you and yours. That's what you pray for. So time goes on. One time, years ago, before I knew any of this shit, was my daughter living at that point? Maybe she was. I can't remember. But if she was a baby. I said, let me go to church today. So I'm getting ready. I go to church. I'm in the car. Church had started. I knew I was late. I looked over and I see this man that I'm talking about. This man. Not the bishop, new bishop. But I see this man in the car with some white people. And I looked, I said, what the hell he doing with them? And why ain't he in church? And he looked over at me. I mean, I saw him, we were sitting at the fucking lights. And I saw his face clear as day. I'm looking at myself here in the screen. And I looked, I said, what the fuck you doing with them white folks? Now, he's adopted. He is mixed. So maybe that's some of his real family. And he looked over at me and he smiled at me like, just like that. And I smiled and I said, like how, a greeting, a wave or something. I said, but what he doing with them in the backseat of the car with these two white folks? Why ain't he in church? Because he was elder or some shit like that, So I get to church and I go to speak to the lady who raised me. I said, I saw him. Saw Steve in the back of the car with two white folk, a white woman and a white man. They were driving and he was sitting in the back seat. And she said, when? I said, on my way here. And she said, no, you couldn't have. I said, I saw him. We were sitting at the light. Not for a half of a piece of a second. We were sitting at the light. And he looked at me and gave me that like, what does that mean? He been here. I said, I know I saw him. We were sitting right next to each other, and he looked at me like he knew me and he did that thing or whatever. So I know what I saw. No, couldn't have been him because he been here. And I go down church and I did see him. I don't give a fuck. I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was about. That was that man sitting in the back seat of that car with that white woman and that white man who I'd never seen before. That was him. Now, I don't know what you're trying to cover up, ma'am. And I don't know who them white folks was. But I know, and I swear it was another person too, but I'm not sure on the other side in the backseat. But I can't remember. I do just remember thinking there was another person. But I know them three for sure. That couldn't have been him. Couldn't have been. Yes, the fuck it was him. Now, I had forgot all about that until I had that vision the other day. Now, I'm going to tell you what the vision was. I forgot until I had that vision. And that's right, I saw him in that car with them two white people. Who it was like they refused to look over there at me. This is tight. So when it was brought to my attention, this woman did a lot of things with that money that she had no business doing. I don't know if any of it was illegal shit. I don't know. Well, it was illegal in that it wasn't none of her money to be using for nothing else but for what they gave it to her for. So a lot of times I would feel like, I can't do this, I can't do that. I can't do this, I can't do that, I ain't got the money, blah, blah. Not realizing all the black magic witchcraft that was being done on me in the background. I pay for it, I pay for it, I pay for it. I'm not talking about my living. Things like my daughter's tuition. She bought a piano, various things like that. And now I look back, well, not now, I had figured this out. I look back, wait, was that the money that was left for me? Yes, bitch, it was. And you were supposed to be made to feel like you wasn't shit, and you ain't had no money, you couldn't do these various things, but she could. Because I'm better than you, and I'm more powerful than you, I'm jealous of you. Because your daddy loved you. So, I'm going to get to the vision. When things started getting really strange, this was during COVID. Or it might have been either right at the beginning stages, early stages of it, or right at the end. I can't remember. But anyway, it was when people were being super careful. I don't remember having on a mask at that point. So it might have been when the shit was lifted. I don't remember though. But it was that summer 2020, 21. When the hitman was little niece and nephews sent the hitman in my house, and was searing my back with hot irons and hot knives and trying to wrap me up in their big fat ass and sending arrows to my brain and all types of shit. And I'm telling BreaunaJewellBellamy this shit. And that's when she came here and got involved with it. I join. I do it too. Her trauma been mine. I wants to be hot. We went to get ice cream. Me, this lady who raised me, and my daughter. It was a long line outside. It was one of her favorite ice cream places, lady who raised me. We had never tried. She would go there every night. So I said, well, I want to try some of this shit too. So we went, and as we were standing in line, all of a sudden I had this thought, vision. Wasn't so much a vision, a memory. It just hit me out of nowhere. I remember before they divorced, my dad was still living with us. I must have been very small. I mean, I must have been like about 2 or 3 years old, but I remember it clearly. It was a Saturday. I think I've talked about this before a long time ago. It was a Saturday afternoon. I used to love Doritos. Oh, the big family bag of Doritos. Remember the old packaging? Where they had the see-through part that was shaped like, the triangle, and it was red and blue and white and yellow. Like that, dark yellow. Me and my dad were sitting in, well, it was really a dining room, but they had a couch in there. So we were sitting there, and he was watching the game, I think football. And me and him had a big old bag of Doritos. And I was eating them up, and he looked at me. He said, "They good, ain't they, Nick?" And I said, you know. And I'm just eating them, eating them, eating them. And I looked at her when we were in line for the ice cream. I said, I just thought about, and I described it to her. And I said, but I don't know where you and my sibling were. I'm just not saying his name. I don't know where you all were. I don't remember. She looked at me and said, that you don't remember? That's because you and your dad, y'all didn't love us. And I looked at her like, what? And she put her head down. And then looked at my daughter and said, ain't that right? Ain't that? And my daughter just looked straight ahead. My daughter's not dumb. She just looked at straight ahead. She didn't respond. Yes, no, maybe so. Or, what you mean, Granny? None of that. She just looked straight ahead. And I was looking at her like, what? I had to be all of like 2 or 3 years old. What the fuck are you talking about? Why would you say that? And I said, this woman is acting really weird. What the fuck is going on? Oh, I see. You did your black magic witchcraft on him to marry his ass, which he basically confirmed to me. I did see something like that back then. I know you did. You got him. You married him. You had the child with him. And then he ran off somewhere and did whatever he did, and here I came. These funny women who, or people who do that shit, trying to control somebody's free will, and then you get them and then they don't want your ass. Or they out there screwing up everybody and everything, and you're mad and upset. Well, the person didn't come to you out of genuine love. So what do you expect? Oh, I guess the continuous workings just to keep. I mean, I do think that there's something, about the human will. Eventually, that will break through that shit. I be hearing people talking about these spells and shit. Eventually, wear the fuck off. There's a stand-up that Richard Pryor does about that. It's so funny. About some woman that he said, I don't even like the woman. He was talking about he couldn't get away from her fucking ass. Okay. But anyway, it's pretty funny though. But anyway. So you do your black magic witchcraft and your spells to get him. You get him. He marries you. Well, the child is planted. The seed is planted. Was that on purpose? He marries you. And then he run around all over town. And apparently out of town too. I don't know the status of your relationship at that point. But then here I come. The birth mother find out the truth. And she's sitting up there crying. I should have gave it to the other family. Yeah. It probably would have been better. Okay, but it is what it is. So now you hate me. 'Cause I'm the product of her. Whatever. And the man probably loved her, from at least what I'm understanding, but didn't love you. And then he hates my guts. I don't know. Maybe I look just, well, I ain't gonna say maybe. I know I do. I look like the woman. I look like her people. They spit me out. Look just like them. Okay. One of her ancestors, the man, I'm like, the white man, black girl, put the two faces together. It's the same fucking face. We look like fucking twins. And his mother, I look like exactly like, and she's the woman people have said to me, psychics, spiritualists, whatever. Like, I see this white woman with you behind you. Who is that? I don't know, white woman. I don't know who that is. Who that could be. When the pictures were brought to me of my birth mother, I'm like, oh my God. I looked at it and I said, I'm seeing my face for the first fucking time ever. I used to think I looked like this woman raised me. People was like, of course you thought you looked like her. You thought she was your mother. I used to say I looked like my mother, and people would get quiet. They probably was like, the bitch is delusional. She doesn't look anything like her. No, I don't. I saw this woman. I'm seeing my face for the first time in someone else. But whatever. It is what it is. So you're going to do everything in your power to try to, I just heard humble me. And I heard the word humiliate me. No, you're not. You're being humbled and you're being humiliated. Who was the white people in the fucking car he was with? Who were they? Let's see if some cards come out. It's a secret. It was a secret. It's being guarded. And I may not get the answer because I'm asking and I'm not getting anything. And I don't mean the cards. I'm not getting anything. I'm hearing you're not supposed to know as of yet. I'm hearing they were people of your ilk. People he wasn't supposed to be around. Because he knew. He knew the truth of your origins and your beginnings. He knew who you were. He stood in his power against you with her. They were both workings or doing workings together. You and Stephen. Allegedly. And I said, what else do I need to know about this? The answers will come in time. You will know exactly who they were, who he was, his power that he held over you. I'm hearing through a trust. So, I guess her bloodline didn't leave her nothing. Shut up, bitch. You poor hoe. I got $11 in the bank. I love you, Miss One of a Kind. He stood in his power against you over a trust. Now y'all can't hear the notification, but I just got one. Confirmation. Against you. To hurt you, demean you, destroy you. Okay. To end you. Bitch, please. Both of you. So when this came to my attention, I said, I don't think he's that bright. But according to her, he's a highly intelligent person. I didn't know him like that. Didn't want to. Okay. But you have powers working against you. Okay. Things will come into balance. Or they already are. Okay. You're a liar and a fraud, both of you. But nevertheless, the vision that I had a couple days ago, things come in time. I saw them, the two of them sitting in a car. The woman who raised me and this man Steve, the elder. Oh, he became a pastor. And she had a manila envelope folded in her arms to give to him. And I looked, I said, well, I'm having a vision for a fucking reason. Paperwork or some shit that has something to do with me? Of course it does, is what I'm hearing. It's all for you. All concerning you. I just heard the word power of attorney. And I keep hearing trust. There was a trust left for you. They took it, stole it, given it to him. Power of attorney. You have the trust over her. No, you don't, nigga. Now, as far as the actual monies, but you don't have shit over me. You handle them 3 you got. Because that oldest one used to be in my DMs all the time trying to get some. Your namesake, when he was with his wife, deal with your fucking kids and grandchildren. This the one married to the woman who was too cowardly to tell the bitch who thought she was going to front on me in church that she picked the motherfucking poem and called me and asked me to read it. Maybe that was the motherfucker that came up out that closet that one day. I did a video one time when I talked about I was at her house, this woman who raised me. I went in her bedroom. She had a sliding, closet where the doors, was it a mirror on the outside? No, it was you pull it and it, would come together like that. And I hear some rustling. I turn around and the clothes is just swinging. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. The fuck? I said, somebody was in here? I got up, kind of, little step. You understand what I'm saying? Kind of scared, And I walked out. And I opened the door, and I didn't see anybody down, because she lived in a condo down the hall. They must have ran for their fucking life. But I'm hearing, no, it wasn't him. There was someone else there. A liar, a schemer. I'm hearing deliverer. Not deliberator. Not deliverer. I don't know what this means. Deliverer. I'm feeling like what I'm hearing is someone who was doing something deliberately. Okay. To play a part in the scheme against you. Oh, Lord. I heard to destroy you, to murder, unalive, take your life. This is just what I'm hearing. I'm not saying by who. But there was somebody in that fucking house. Confirmation, goddamn. There wasn't the thing ain't been making notification noises all day. These are the people BreaunaJewellBellamy came here and got involved with. With the Losato, they gave her $500 to destroy me. A bloodline ain't leaving her. She ain't nobody. The Losatos. I saw it on TV. They were only an hour and 42 minutes away from me. Yeah, that's right. I say that she got money from them to destroy me when I get all her money. They gonna give it to me. I know they is. Let me make a lying-ass post about a motherfucking ass. I's neurodivergent. This is why I act this way. Like a mean, hateful bitch and lie on people on lines. and crawl to where they from and get involved with everybody that wants to destroy them, because I's neurodivergent. I's one of a kind you'll never find. I got $11 in my bank account. She's a broke bitch. But I got $11 in my bank account. I can't do shit with that. How can I send you a donation? Maybe you the B that she's talking about. B for bitch. You silly ass hoe. Silly ass whore. Crawling and begging and looking for scraps. I go anywhere and get it. Anywhere. I lie about anybody just so I can get some of their money. Just got a little piece, just a piece. You don't have shit over me, motherfucker. You get up in your church and you lie and you make all that no confirmation, nigga. And you lie and you pretend. Now, I would talk about the bishop, bruh bishop, but I have a very difficult time. I know y'all talk about him like a motherfucker, especially your motherfucking ass, Mr. Lot. Because you talked about him to me, and I just looked at you and walked away. All y'all had something to say about him. I really, I mean, it's a little something that was, like I said, I had a spiritual experience years ago concerning him, but I really can't say nothing about the man. I really can't. He was good to me. I don't know if he played a role in this or not. I'm not getting that he did. Not saying that he didn't. You know, stuff comes to you in time. I just see energy over there. Get the fuck out. You know, stuff comes to you over time. A little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit there. Remember this, bitch. Wake up with, remember this. Coffee's a brewing, bitch. Remember? Is that what that was? And I hear your bitch ass now, well, saying, don't worry. Telling that nigga, don't worry. So see, even if I were to, see, I'm not a beggar. I'm not a fucking pauper. So one time, the young lady I told you about that got married, and the man, the groom was looking at her like she was just so scrumptious. It was so cute. He really was. Like, damn, nigga, what you gonna do? You know, eat her up right on the pulpit and the marital sacred place in the church. Goddamn, he was very happy, and that's a beautiful thing. So I had just come home, you know, way back in the day. I just moved back home. Couldn't find a job for shit. I got a job through the temp agency. I don't even remember what it was. I was making $11 an hour. So I go to church one Sunday. I see the girl. She ain't never like, I ain't never liked her. She caught me in the bathroom one time, thought she was going to be cute. And I gave her a fucking earful. And the bitch just kept on telling me, well, shut up, bitch. You don't get it. Shut the fuck up talking to me. They're always nasty to me. And then they be surprised. Then y'all be surprised when the person, again, defends themselves and tells you to get the fuck out of my face. But anyway, the girl had went to school for teaching in some principalship or whatever. So the lady raised me was telling me about it. I was like, oh, okay, that's wonderful. That's great. So I go to church. After church, I said, let me be nice. Hey, how you doing? Hey. I said, how's everything going with you? She's good. I said, yeah, she was telling me about your principalship. Yeah, I got offered a job. I said, oh, that's good. You about to be a principal. This is what I'm saying. You about to be a principal. Wow. I don't know what. It pays 75,000. Bitch, I don't give a fuck how much it pays. Bitch, I make $11 an hour and I'm just as content. What I'm supposed to fall at your fucking feet for 75 whole thousand fucking dollars? Bitch, make your money, buy your houses, buy your cars, buy your records, and shine your motherfucking shoes, bitch. The insecurity. But this is what I'm just saying that to say. If what was left for me is never placed in my hands because you done spent most of it on bullshit. Well, the part that you were supposed to spend for me, great. Yay. It's so funny though. It's like these people who left this, I don't really think they look at it so much as theft from me as they do theft from them. But of course, I was never supposed to find out nothing, which means that they would never know. If you kept in contact, it was lie after lie after lie after lie. Like you lied to my father, you just lied, and I don't think he knew what the fuck was going on. He in his own world, women's and money and lavish life and shit. So they would never know. But goddamn, like I said, who spilled the beans, motherfuckers? They know. I mean, I don't know how they feel about it, what they would do, but I don't know. But goddamn, my shows, I'm a snitch. I guess I was supposed to say, but she raised me. You know, she made sure I had a place to stay and food to eat, even though they were trying to kill me. But I made it. The Lord made it. He sure made it, made a way, and I made it through. Okay. Ma'am, if you sent a letter, goddamn, I didn't know nothing about this. This her name, this his name. If you sent a fucking penny, I didn't know nothing about you. Nothing. Which maybe I wasn't supposed to. Howsoever. So they'll never find out. Because she ain't gonna never know. Make sure that. Okay. Oh yeah. So you can go to your fucking church and lie to all your fucking people that you somebody and that you loves the Lord. If you still pastor in the church, the Lord help the people. Now what I was going to say about the other pastors, see, I don't really know, you know, these bishops in these churches. So when I was in seminary, my senior year, my last year, the board of Mason Seminary gave us, a few of us, an opportunity to come meet with them, do a write-up about what we felt about women in ministry because they weren't ordaining women. So everybody wrote up their thing or whatever, and we went and we made our presentations. I wasn't against women being ordained, but I was a little on the fence because, you know, I love the church. And I was asked if I wanted to do some national work. Was that when I was asked? No, I wasn't asked then. I was asked something. I wasn't. I can't remember exactly. Oh, yeah. To meet in Memphis at the convocation for a interview, a job interview. Okay. So I was telling the secretary of the Mason Seminary, the man who was my bishop here, who I was talking about, was a pastor. She was his niece-in-law. So I was telling her, and she said, "Let me tell you something. When you go there, don't you go nowhere be alone with none of them bishops. If they got a purple thing on, stay away from. Don't be alone." Okay. All right. Some of them gangsters. They gangsters. Look, Bree. I told you they was trying to kill me. Nobody cares about you. That's your fucking problem. You probably went in one of them churches. I love the Lord. I'm an evangelist. How can I get... Moving on. So now they on the list. They was trying to kill me too. All my money. They didn't pay attention to my sexy walk and my bullshit. But anyway, that's you, BreaunaJewellBellamy. You. Because you have a hard time. The synapses in your brain. They're broken. So anyway... So I don't know, you know. I don't know anything about. I don't know, you know. Now, I know what she learned. The lady who raised me learned to be a gangster. She was raised on Quincy. They was some gangsters. Though I didn't realize it until all of this. So she's gangster. It's still in her. Which is not a bad thing necessarily. You just got to learn to channel that energy properly. But like I said, God is the greatest gangster of them all. Ain't nobody more gangster than G.O.D. Nobody. Not, like I said, for not Satan and them, nobody. And so I guess Mr. Little Lot decided he gonna be gangster too. I don't know. But for whatever you thought you was going to do, Mr. Man, allegedly, concerning me and the little money, think again. Pray on it. Go on down in prayer. See what answer you get. I still got this money. Because half the time talk about how you wouldn't and couldn't take care of your family and all that kind of stuff. That was the talk. But you will, if you have not yet, you will pay for it dearly. Because it's just a matter of being a thief and a liar, a scammer, a fraud. Because not only do you thieving from me and my biological family, and they the biggest gangsters of them all. I don't think they, you know. Well, I remember watching a movie, one of them movies where there was a terrible school, inner city school, and here come the white person to save the day. And it was some white woman, and she said to the class, she said, I think you're a gangster. She was teaching history, and she was like, y'all ain't no gangsters. I'm going to tell you about some real gangsters. And these white people who done took over the fucking earth. And they the gangsters, goddamn. But even if not, you're going to reap what you have sown. And whatever if this is the case, allegedly and all that shit, you have collaborated to try to hurt me in any fucking way, that's what's going to be reaped on your fucking head, and your family's head, and your children, and your children's children, and your children's children's children, and all the way down till y'all just dissipate to nothing. You were in that fucking car. And whatever the secret is here, it's going to be revealed. Ain't nothing done in secret that won't be brought to the light. How's that? The tower right here. That's boom. See that man there, the holy man there, with the skulls in his, with y'all's head skulls in his fucking hand, bringing a tower to all your bullshit. The holy man. That's what he is. While you call yourself, you and her, trying to strategize to take from the Queen of Pentacles, me. You'll be living in fucking regret if you aren't already. Like I said, it was brought to my attention 3 years ago. This church man, some church person, the man trying to help him with the shit, trying to help him clean up the shit, trying to fix it. Confirmation. You're a fool here. You join somebody to betray a child who did nothing to any of you. You didn't want that money. You ain't nobody. If daddy love her, he was supposed to love me. Not her and the white mama. Not her and the white mama. I had nothing to do with that. And I'm guarded, protected. She ought to have told you that. We've been trying to get rid of the bitch. We've been trying to goddamn. The bitch just won't die. All for money. It gon' be, what Bree say? It gon' be judgment. And I'm here, your judgment is upon you. All right. Anything else? And the judgment is coming in fast. And once again, I am protected. Victorious over your bullshit. Because I am the Empress. And this is y'all sitting somewhere at night. Oh my God, Lord, we can't get no sleep. What we gonna do? The bitch done find out. Oh my God. Here, take this envelope, nigga. All right. Good Louis. Right back at your motherfucking asses. You didn't figure that me would be the high priest be. The bitch found out. High priestess. She done found out the truth. Goddamn. I didn't know the bitch was psychic and had some intuition. I mean, I knew a little bit. I just thought, we can do this over there. I don't know. Go in hermit mode. Shit. Hide. Fuck you need to do. But you can't hide. You can't hide. One of the little church songs. You can't hide. Anything else? Alright, I'm here and that's it. Alright. These are the people. And the spirit. And the kind of people that act like she innocent. I'm near divergent, y'all. I can't help it. I can get in food. BreaunaJewellBellamy came here and got herself hooked up with. I told her not some of this shit. I knew somebody left something for me, which I told her. That's what she, I don't know what that reading is that she put up. She probably did a fake one from what she gave me. I don't know. I didn't look. Look at that dumb shit. But the one she sent me was, I was looking through, a lot of this shit is wrong. And then I discovered some of the shit later. A lot of that shit was wrong. But that's okay. But she, I said, somebody left me something. I told her that. Again, I told the bitch that. I guess her bloodline didn't leave her nothing. Duh. I told the bitch that. Somebody left me something. But I don't know what it is. She went and got them cards and her little rods that she don't know how to work and the pendulum I get. What is it? What is it? Devil. Moloch, what they leave them? I got to get that shit. Make her ass up all over YouTube so I can get that money. How can I get there and get it, goddamn? So bitch, shut the fuck up. You little hairy ass. Scurrying animal. Like a little rat. All in people's garbage. I guess her bloodline, because I'm come from the great cocaine man and a woman who died 30 years before I was born. Such an idiot. I am so glad, thank you God, you backstabbed me. I listen at you and watch you online and all the dumb shit you do. I'm like, oh my God, thank you God. I would never want to be friends with somebody like this. This dumb. This much of an idiot. So she knew. And she got in the little cards and the little divination and the scrying and all that, the gnats and all of that shit. Trying to obtain something that don't belong to her in any way, shape, or fucking form. I guess you still have to talk about me. Shut up. You hateful hoe. You're just dumb. Pitiful and pathetic. A fucking loser. Let me go online and make up these 5 fake stories that I know everybody gonna believe. How cute hiding sex, ain't them? Then get on there with your fake ass profiles. Scamming more people. I'm a warrior. They did beauty spells on the day she kicked me out of the gym. I got $11 in my bank account. I love you. Scamming somebody else to get money. This is my life. I don't have a fucking life. You're disgusting. What I like in that makeup? I know people believe me. Make her look bad. I gotta get that money. And I'm gonna get it some kind of way. Anything I say, you regurgitate. And you think people don't see it. That's how dumb you are. Fucking idiot. So these things I'm telling you, I told this bitch some of this shit. I got the fucking text. I already showed you that I got the text. Good thing I had a burner phone. Good thing you did, bitch. Fucking silly ass. 42-year-old silly ass whore. Who can't even get money out of niggas who you let come in and play in your vagina and your booty. And I taught them something. rat face. These are the people that told the bitch she came here and got involved with these niggas. To destroy me and my child. For money. Organized crime. Organized. Right in my fucking face. It's not one of you people. Before the other night I said, well, it's one. I don't know. At this point, I pray before God in heaven above and hell in the earth below. It's not one of you motherfuckers I ever want to even see. I would say in this life or the next. But I'm not going to say that. Because see, all these people talking about, well, my next lifetime. No. I won't be back to this motherfucker. For shit. I came here wanting to come. Let me go down there and see what's going on. Bitch, you sure you want to go? Yeah, I want to see. I want to see what it's like. Okay, go ahead. I don't fucking try to read on me and tell me, now you live many lives. I know what the fuck I've lived. I don't need no outside person telling me shit unless I ask. I know who the fuck I am and why the fuck I came, and I won't be back. Don't keep this hell round. It ain't the worst, but it's one of them. This is it's a beautiful planet. But it's some sick shit here. I don't even know. One time I did a reading when I was doing the blackout readings, and it came to me, there are very few humans left on this motherfucker. They live. And the few that out here, they probably been taken over. Yeah, I do it. And get your shit fucked up. Who would want to be here? You just make up dumb shit because you think it's cute. I want to be that person. Steal that shit. I'm jealous. I'm going to steal her money. Kill her. You're just dumb. That's this shit. And blame everybody but your fucking selves. And lie on motherfuckers. Good people. Who haven't done shit. But your hate is so fucking extreme and ridiculous. Your jealousy and the envy and all the books been written. Don't shit else need to be written. The shit been written. Confirmation. Nothing else needs to be said. Nothing. Put it in the book, goddamn. Hell, put it on the fucking walls. They ain't nobody gonna listen. They ain't gonna listen. Gonna play games. Dumb shit. Now, I don't know about nobody else. When I took my journey, I was asked, should I destroy the earth or not? Like I said, do what the fuck you want to do. Yeah. And when the military came to me and saluted me, the whatever they high-ranking military people came to me, 3 of them, representing Army, Marines, or 4, Navy, and whatever the other one is. What should we do? I'm glad I didn't tell Bree that. Either one of those things. She went, let me tell y'all what happened to me one time. I'm super spiritual. I'm top person, I'm top dog. And them others might have acted like, took the story, the truth, like it was them, fucking their ways to degrees and getting in people's dreams, stabbing them and shit because they won't touch their nasty ass. What should we do? I gave them the orders. What'd you tell them? None of your fucking business. Who is she? None of your business. Because it shouldn't matter. You all have favor. Peace.